Okay, guys, welcome to Job 27. This is going to be an interesting one. Job is still standing his ground, maintains his integrity. You guys know throughout the Bible it talks about integrity in a believer. Integrity is key. It's one of the things that has disappointed me about this life and this world, and disappointed me about when I went to the military, because all these things I always was taught integrity. I've always had this sense of doing the right thing, going the right direction, even if it meant it was going to cost you something. It's a struggle in this life. It's a struggle to hang on to that, because all the places where they tell you this exists and this is paramount, it's not there. Military, I was like, I've always wanted to be in the military. I went late in life. Went to basic at 37. But it's something I always wanted to do, because that was a place that I had always heard integrity was key. I got there and realized that was a complete lie. There is no integrity in the military. And there are people that will disagree with me, prove me wrong, because I didn't see it. The level of integrity you're supposed to have, and they may have seen their version of integrity, but the real integrity, do the right thing no matter what, is not there. It doesn't exist. There are some shining lights in the military, but they're not very popular people because they don't play ball with the rest of them. So the military has turned into nothing compared to what it should be. I shudder to think if we got into a major war, what would happen to our soldiers, because probably the bulk of them are not well trained enough, because there is no integrity left. They'll run and hide. And I've witnessed that. So, integrity is key in a Christian. Job is doing this. He's standing this ground. He's staying in integrity. He's not giving in to what they're trying to do. And they've been insulting him up to the point now where they're openly insulting him. And this is a continuation of chapter 26. Moreover, Job continued his discourse and said, "As God lives, who has taken away my justice?" Interesting, he mentions justice, as yesterday we were talking about that. "And the Almighty, who has made my soul bitter. As long as my breath is in me, and the breath of God in my nostrils," that's interesting statement there. And the breath of God in my nostrils, that's what happened at creation. "My lips will not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit. Far be it from me that I should say, you are right. Till I die, I will not put away my integrity from me." He's saying, I'm not going to agree with you, because that's the wrong thing to do. Verse 6, "My righteousness I hold fast, and will not let it go. My heart shall not reproach me as long as I live." And here is an incredible portion of this speech that I've highlighted. Verse 7, "May my enemy be like the wicked, and he who rises up against me like the unrighteous. For what is the hope of the hypocrite? Though he may gain much, if God takes away his life. Will God hear his cry when trouble comes upon him? Will he delight himself in the Almighty? Will he always call on God? I will teach you about the hand of God. What is with the Almighty I will not conceal. Surely all of you have seen it. Why then do you behave with complete nonsense?" So he's really laying it on with these guys. He's like, y'all know what the truth is. What's wrong with you? Verse 13, "This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage of oppressors received from the Almighty." This is their future. "If his children are multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those who survive him shall be buried in death, and their widows shall not weep. Though he heaps up silver like dust, and piles up clothing like clay, he may pile it up, but the just will wear it, and the innocent will divide the silver." Job is being very clear about what's going to happen to those, and he's referring to his friends here, but to all those who would seek to look for their own cause and not fight for God's. Job is fighting for God's cause. Verse 18, "He builds his house like a moth, like a booth which a watchman makes." And it's the Feast of Booths, or the ceremony of booths that they have in Israel. "The rich man will lie down, but not be gathered up. He opens his eyes, and he is no more. Terror overtakes him like a flood. A tempest steals him away in the night." You know, every rich person always lives with terror that they're going to lose their money. Everybody. "The east wind carries him away, and he is gone. It sweeps him out of his place. It hurls against him and does not spare. He flees desperately from its power. Men shall clap their hands at him and shall hiss him out of his place. There is no future for those who would do evil. And this goes back to what we had mentioned yesterday. Not all of Israel will be saved. Not all of men will be saved. Because they don't seek what is God's. They don't seek what is right. They don't stand in integrity. There is no integrity. They'll tell you that there is, and they'll get mad if you tell them they're not showing it. But they have no integrity. Because they don't know what actual integrity is. This is their future. They have none. It's darkness, it's torment, it's flames. It's a sad reality, but it is a reality nonetheless, because all they had to do was make a decision. Do I want this or do I want this? And they decided they wanted what was going to benefit them and no one else, thereby turning away from God. Job is calling this out to his friends. Look what you guys have done. This is your future. Do you sit here and accuse me? To sit here and speak against God and make it out like you're speaking on his behalf? Who do you think you are? Here's the reality of the situation. I will not give up my integrity to make you happy. See, in this day and age, we have a lot of these opportunities that come up, and they seem like everyday things, but it's where people are just like, can't we just agree? No, we cannot. I've had people tell me this. Well, can't we just agree to keep the peace? No, I cannot agree to keep the peace. I had this conversation with somebody specifically last year in comments. And they literally, can't we just agree? No, we cannot agree. Can't we, one of my army buddies about the Bible, can't we just agree to disagree? No, we cannot. They'd never heard that answer before. I said, no, we cannot agree to disagree. Because there is a truth and a reality here that supersedes either one of our desires or our self-imposed ideas of what truth is. It is God's truth. We cannot agree to disagree. I cannot agree with you, because that would cause me to give up my integrity. They didn't know what to say to that. The guy I talked to last year in the comments, he didn't know what to say to that. I said, no, I cannot agree with you to disagree with you. And anybody who has done that, I told him, anybody who has done that in the past to you has done you a great disservice. People have all your life have needed to stand up and tell you, no, that's not true. And I will not kowtow to you because you don't want to debate or you don't want to discuss it or you want to hide. I've had people walk away from me face to face. No, I can't disagree. I can't agree with you. And they so badly didn't want to hear the truth, they walked away. This is what Job is doing. I'm not going to agree to disagree with you. That's not how this works. I've had people in the grace community do that. One of the reasons why I separated myself from them. Let's just agree to disagree. Nope. Doesn't work that way. There is no agreeing to disagree. One of us is right, one of us is wrong. For your sake, I wish I was wrong. But for God's sake, I'm glad I'm right. For truth's sake, I'm glad I'm right. We can go into this word and we can prove it. Job is doing this very same thing. He's not cutting them any slack. He's laying it out for them. Look, you guys, you want to sit here and accuse me? You want to sit here and call me names? Okay, cool. Here's the reality of the situation. Here's what your future is. And as God is my witness, this is probably going to come true. But I'm not going to step aside because you think I should. I'm not going to give in because you think I should. I'm not going to just agree with you because you don't like what I have to say. Tough. Deal with it. Job is doing what I've done. Did you get offended? Good. You needed to be offended. Because he's seeing where this is going. Job is starting to figure it out. So he's standing his ground. Nope, I'm not going to give in. I will not give in. And this is what every single Christian has to do. in the honor and sense of integrity. Do not give in. You know what the truth is, stand your ground in that truth. And I've had this happen in random conversations. And people were like, don't you think you might be wrong? No, I know I'm not wrong because I was there when that happened. I experienced this. I was standing there. I was actually interacting with that. I know this is the truth. You weren't there. You don't know. I was there. I know it's true. No, I can't just let it go. I can't just think that I'm wrong when I was literally seeing it with my own eyes or doing it with my own hands. No, it doesn't work that way. Because whenever we do that, whenever we give in, whenever we allow them to have their way, we do them such a great disservice because now we agree with their deception, their self-deception. We're giving in to them and helping them continue to be deceived. What a terrible thing for a person who loves someone to do. I would much rather offend them and spend 100 years apologizing in heaven than live for eternity knowing I didn't do enough. The gospel is offensive. It's a rock of offense. It offends a lot of people. Some of them, it offends them right into heaven because they realize that they're how wrong they are and how right he is. Job is standing his ground, and this is a good thing. This is what we all should do. This is a lesson we can take. You think I'm wrong? Well, you can think what you want. I have the evidence of the truth. And I will not give in. I love God too much to give in. I care about Jesus Christ. I care about this cause of salvation to give in. Because if I give in, what good am I to anybody? If Job gives in, what good is he to anybody? So Satan has failed. He's failed greatly. We're going to see more evidence of that in future chapters. The next video will be Job 28, Job's discourse on wisdom. Job's not done yet. Job's really going to lay it down for him. So make sure you're there for that video because Job has some very good things to say in that chapter. I love you all and I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.